other article where he says about did you ever. So this is the beautiful language of your prophet, the beautiful example of your prophet. So number one, we established he's a filthy mouthed rapist. He had women raped, even married women. Did you see that?
I did.
Okay. Now, the other thing was pedophilia in Islam. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me give you the article there. Watch here. I'm going to get you all. So then you can go to your scholar and say, hey, here. No, it doesn't mean that. But wait. Ibn Kathir, Qurtubi, Tabari, Ibn Abbas, they all say this is what it means. Oh, okay. Well, you're not supposed to know it. Because Muhammad said, you're stupid. You know that, right?
I
You didn't know he said that about you?
No.
He said that you women are deficient in intelligence. It takes two of you women to equal one man. That's why the majority of you are in hell.
Wow.
You didn't know that?
I didn't. Like,
I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it to you.
Okay.
All right. Just let me go through this now. Here's another one. So go to the private chat, click on those links, save them.
Okay.
You can go back and then reference them.
Okay.
So that they don't say I'm lying, right? Here, he's quoting. Chapter 65, verse 4 is talking about the waiting period of a woman who's been married and divorced. So in Islam, you know, if you've been married, but you haven't consummated, there is no iddah, right? Do you know this or no?
No, I didn't.
Let me show it to you.
Okay.
All right, here from the Quran, Quran, Kareem. Here you go. We'll use two translations. The iddah is the waiting period, meaning, okay, I divorce you. You got to wait 3 months, 3 monthly cycles, 3 periods.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard about that.
Here, look what it says here. Chapter 33, verse 49. So you can see it with your own eyes. Because now tell me how you're going to follow this religion. O ye who believe, if ye wed believing women and divorce them before you have touched them, then there is no period that you should reckon. So if I haven't touched you, after engaged to you, do you have to wait?
Do I have to wait?
What does it say? There is no period that you should reckon. But content them and release them handsomely. So do you have a waiting period in iddah if I'm contract to marry you, but I didn't sleep with you? No, right?
Yeah.
You see it, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to look at Hilali Khan. Look to your right, Hilali Khan. Oh, you believe when you marry, believe women, and then divorce them, before you have sexual intercourse with them, no iddah have you to count respect of them. So give them a present, set them free, i.e. divorce a man in manner. So you're engaged, the man doesn't have sex with you. You don't have to wait, right, if he divorces you?
Yeah.
But if you've had sex, then there's a waiting period of 3 monthly cycles. But then they asked Muhammad a question. You know what the question they asked him?
No.
Okay, some of our women are menopause. And then some of the women we marry are too young and they haven't had their periods. What about them? They wait 3 months. Here it is. Chapter 65, verse 4. And this is about the chapter of divorce. And in case here, I'll show it here, but I'm going to go to the article. I'm going to give it to you. Look at Hilali Khan. And those of your women, chapter 65, verse 4, of your women as have passed the age of monthly courses, meaning menopause. For them, the iddah, prescribed period, if you have doubts about their periods, is 3 months. Count 3 months. Now watch here. And for those who have no courses, why? They haven't had their periods. They are still immature. Their iddah is 3 months likewise. You understand what that means?
No.
You want me to explain what it means?
Yeah, go ahead, explain it.
It's saying, all right, what if I marry a young girl, she hasn't had her period, and I've had sex with her, I divorce her. How do I count her waiting period? Well, count 3 months. That's what it's saying right here again. Why do these girls have no courses here? And for those who have no courses, they are still immature. I married a young girl who hasn't even had her period, and I had sex with her, but now I'm displeased with her, I divorce her. Let her wait 3 months for the next guy to marry her.
Oh, wow.
Let me give it practically. As we speak right now, there are children in Muslim countries. This is being done to them. It's not a theory. It's happening in Afghanistan. It's happening in Saudi Arabia. It's happening in predominant Muslim countries where even a girl as young as 8, she'll be married off, and a man will mount her and then deflower her, and then he can divorce her, and then someone else can do the same. Now, for the life of me, you have some moral decency. Would you be okay if, let's assume, you were living at time Muhammad. Muhammad attacked your village. He took your mother captive. Your father's still alive, and his men raped your mother and sold her off. Would you be okay with that?
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Would you be okay? They take your, let's say you have a 6-year-old sister, and then a man says, I'm going to marry her. And if she can't handle penetration, then I'll play with her. But at 9, I'm going to penetrate and deflower her.
No, that's not okay.
But that's in Islam, and that's what your prophet did to Aisha.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I heard about that. I did some studies about that. And they were just saying, oh, it's a different time period. She really wasn't young.
She really wasn't young. So
go ahead. Show me.
I'm going to show you. So if I show you, it says she was playing with dolls and on swings. And she was playing with dolls because she hadn't reached puberty when Muhammad took her into his bed and mounted her. She was playing with dolls and on swings.
Wow.
I'm going to show it to you. But before I do that, let's see what the Muslim scholars say about this verse. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it is. And I gave you the link.
Yeah.
Here you go. Who's the example given of a woman who hadn't reached puberty that was then married? Okay. Who's the example given? You want to see?
Yeah.
Aisha.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
You see it? The Sahih Bukhari by Aisha Bewley, chapter, the book of Tafsir. It says the Tafsir of Surah Talaq, meaning the chapter of the. Yeah. Mujahid said that if you have any doubt, 65 verse 4. That's the verse we read. If you do not know whether she menstruates or not, the idda of women who do not longer menstruate and those who have not yet menstruated is 3 months. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now notice the example here. Again, Aisha Bewley, Sahih Bukhari, chapter 70, book of marriage. Watch here. Quoting 65:4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here, what did this say in Bukhari? They don't menstruate. Why? Because they're young, right? Those who have not menstruated. Okay, now who's the example given here? That also applies to those who have not yet menstruated. And he made the idda of a girl before puberty 3 months. And then here, it is related from Aisha that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old and consummated it when she was 9, and she was his wife for 9 years. If you see a 54-year-old man mounting a 9-year-old for 9 years and then leaving her a widow where she can never marry again, do you believe this man's a prophet?
Unfortunately, no.
Then you just left Islam, because that's what your prophet just did. That's where you read it, Bukhari. But now, here are the scholars on the meaning of 65:4. Here you go. Fath al-Bari from Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, who wrote the commentary on Sahih Bukhari. Look at here. And those who haven't menstruated yet, he made the waiting period 3 months for those who have menstruated, which indicates that giving her into marriage before puberty is permissible. You okay with that?
No.
So then you're no longer a Muslim. Now let me give you more commentaries. Now make sure you click on the link, the private, and save it so that you can go to your scholar and say, wait, look here. What? Tafsir Ibn Kathir. Okay. Allah the Exalted clarifies the waiting period of the woman in menopause, and that is the one whose menstruation has stopped due to her old age. See, she's old, so how long should she wait? She has no more periods. Her iddah is 3 months instead of 3 monthly cycles for those who menstruate, which is based on the ayah in Al-Baqarah. The same for what?
For the young who haven't reached their menstruation.
Oh, so your religion allows you to marry young girls who haven't menstruated. Interesting. Tafsir al-Jalalain. And this is online. These are all online. You click on it, you go there, boom. It takes you right there, see? So you don't think we're lying. Tafsir al-Jalalain. And if you have any doubts about the waiting period, their prescribed period shall be 3 months. And what? Hold on. What does it say? Read that for me.
And for those who have not yet menstruated because of their young age.
Why is Islam talking about young girls who haven't had their periods being married, having a man deflower them and divorcing them, and they wait 3 more months to be remarried in case someone wants to marry them afterwards? Why is it even having this conversation?
I honestly, I don't even have an answer.
Exactly. Now here, this is attributed to Ibn Abbas. Some say, well, this is not Ibn Abbas, but it's attributed to him. Now watch the underline portion. Can you read the underline portion?
Yeah. What about the waiting period of those who do not have menstruation because they are too young? Along with those who have it not because of young age, their waiting period is 3 months.
They're too young. They haven't had it. Instead of saying, well, don't touch them, they're not mature. No, you can still have sex with them and divorce them and let them wait 3 months to be remarried. And here, Asbab al-Nuzul by Al-Wahdi. All right, Muhammad is asked about the waiting period of the woman who has not yet menstruated. Okay, now look at here. What's the answer here? He said, those who are too young such that they have not started menstruating yet. Anyway, I'll read a few more, then I'm going to show you where Aisha was playing with dolls and on swings when Muhammad took her to his bed and mounted her. And I'm going to show you where Islam says, you can marry girls even younger than 9, but there's one condition. If they cannot handle penetration, then don't penetrate, but when they're 9, deflower them. That means, okay, sister, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Do you have an older brother?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you have a cousin that's in his 20s?
Yes.
Okay. What would you say to your male cousin who takes a 6-year-old to bed because Sharia allows it, 6 years old, and he takes her to his house as a wife, and yet because she can't handle penetration, he plays with her with his male organ until she's 9 and then deflowers her? What would you say to your cousin?
I'd be disgusted. I would want him put away.
Well, that's religion.
I didn't know any of this. Like, I feel so lied to. It's really hard.
You have been lied to. Now, I'll just give you Tafsir al-Qurtubi, and there's a lot more, but anyway, because this is all you can read on them. Those who have not menstruated yet, meaning the young girl. What's the word? As-saghira.
Means young.
And that's the Arabic.
Yep.
The young girl. That's why she hasn't menstruated. Anyway, you can go and read it. It's all there. No one's lying. These are the Muslim sources. But
yeah, no, I see it right here. So
now let me show you Aisha, and then I'm going to show you what the Muslims say, Islam QA, Salafi website, on what the Sharia permits. It's not simply their opinion. It's what the madhahib, the 4 schools of Islamic jurisprudence, Hanbali, Shafi, Maliki, all of them. Anyway, now watch here. Let me first go sunnah.com. All I need to do is Aisha and dolls. Bam. Boom. Aisha and dolls in the search engine. Bam. Look what pops up. Bam. Look at this. This is what? Sahih Bukhari, volume 8, Hadith 151. Narrated Aisha, I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girl friends also used to play with me. When Allah's messenger used to enter my dwelling place, meaning the home that he gave to her after he married her, right? They used to hide themselves. You understand what she just told you? She was so young that the young girls would come and play with her in her home. Young girls. When Muhammad would come in, they would hide because they're embarrassed. What is a grown man doing? Taking a young girl, putting her in a home, and then he visits her on a certain day to have sex with her. A young girl who's playing with dolls with her girlfriends. Well, let's finish it. They used to hide themselves. But the Prophet would call them to join and play with me. What does it say about a sick 54-year-old seeing a young girl playing with other young girls, playing with dolls? And he said, no, go ahead, play with her. And then when they're done playing with her, they leave, and then he goes and mounts her in bed. Now watch here. The playing with the dolls and similar images is forbidden. In Islam, you can't play with images. But why was it allowed for Aisha here? But it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. Don't let them lie to you and say she was mature.
okay.
You caught it?
Yeah, I see it.
In front of you, right?
Yep, it's there.
Okay, well now, let me show you from Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim. Oh, this one is even from Al-Adab Al-Mufrad, which is, again, Al-Bukhari, book 55, Hadith 1299, Sahih, right? Aisha reported, Prophet used to call her companions to her who were playing with dolls. That's how young they were. She and her friends were playing with dolls. Now watch here. Let me show you. Sunan Nasai, Volume 4, Book 26, Hadith 3380. It was narrated that Aisha said, the Messenger of Allah married me when I was 6 and consummated marriage with me when I was 9, and I used to play with dolls. What is a grown man at 54 doing, marrying a young girl, playing with dolls and deflowering her?
I'm just so speechless right now.
Exactly. And here it is, final one for this, and I'm going to show you what Islam says about pedophilia. This again is Sahih Muslim, Book 8, Hadith 3311. All you need to do is go to sunnah.com, put Aisha and dolls. That's it. Aisha, dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the chapter. It is permissible for a father to arrange the marriage of a young virgin. Aisha reported Allah's apostle married her when she was 7 years old. Because remember, these are lunar years. You know that, right? They're not solar years. So she's anywhere from between 6 and 7. But those are lunar years. They don't go by the solar calendar. Now, if it's a lunar calendar and she's around 6 lunar years, you know what that means as far as the solar calendar is concerned?
No, I don't know.
She's much younger.
Wow.
Aisha reported that Allah's apostle married her when she was 7 years old. See, he got it. Lunar years means she's actually much younger if you go by solar years. So now Aisha reported married her when she was 7 years old, and she was taken, as supposed to be, to his house as a bride when she was 9, and her dolls were with her. And when he died, she was 18 years old. She went to a grown man's house, 54 years old, with her dolls.
Wow.
All right, now, Islamic pedophilia. I'm going to give you this article. So here it is, and I'm going to go to the website itself. Islamic pedophilia. Here it is. I wrote this article, more on Islamic pedophilia. All right. This is here, but I'm going to go to the site itself, which I linked to from the article. So guys, you know what to do. If you guys are listening, you should be taking these arguments, these articles, mastering them and sharing them on Discord, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Pal Talk, because you see it's making an impact. This is what happened to this young lady. She heard these for the first time. She's rocked. So now here you go. We click on, boom. Let me show you where I'm getting this from. So people say, oh, you're just lying. All right, here you go. Boom, here's the link. I linked to it in an article. Islam question and answer, General Supervisor Sheikh Mohammed Saleh Al-Munajid. Does that sound Jewish or Christian to you?
It sounds neither.
Exactly. It's Muslim, so they can't say he's lying. He's a kafir. Now watch. On acting and the ruling on marrying young girls. Get ready to throw up, sister. Get ready to throw up?
I don't know.
Well, here you go. Right here, secondly. Marrying a young girl before she reaches the age of adolescence is permitted in Sharia. Say what? This is a 21st century website. It's not saying, oh, that was in the past. Saying, no, right now it's permitted. Indeed, it was narrated that there was scholarly consensus on this point. I'll watch. What verse did they quote again?
At the lock.
The one I just read, right?
Yeah.
And the one that Muslim scholars say, yeah, that means you can marry a girl before she reaches the age of adolescence. So don't let them lie to you. That's what they'll do. No, that doesn't mean that. Oh, so all these scholars got it wrong. You got it right. No, you're a liar, dude. That's what it is. And then notice with the example they're going to give you. And those of your women, as have passed the age of monthly courses, for them, the iddah, if you have doubt, is 3 months. And for those who have no courses, i.e. they're still immature, their iddah is 3 months likewise. Now, what example did I give you? Watch here. In this verse, we see that Allah has made the iddah, in the case of divorce of a girl who does not have periods. Because why? What does it say?
It says she's young and has not yet reached puberty.
So I'm sure the Muslims lie to you, saying, no, Islam doesn't allow it. Alhamdulillah. Yes, it does. 3 months. This clearly indicates that Allah has made this a valid marriage. So Islam says it is valid to take a young girl who has not reached puberty, deflower her, and call it marriage. Now, who's the example? It was narrated from Aisha that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old, He consummated marriage with her when she was 9, and she stayed with him for 9 years. So who was the example again?
Aisha.
So why do they lie to us and say she had reached puberty?
I can't answer that.
Because they're lying and they're ashamed. But now, the Prophet married Aisha when she was 6 years old and consummated her marriage when she was 9. Narrated by Al-Bukhari and Muslim. Now, get ready to get sick. Muslim says 7 years. You ready to get sick?
Yeah.
The fact that it is permissible to marry a young girl does not mean that it's permissible to have intercourse with her. Now, why? Yeah, I can marry her if she's 6, but doesn't mean I can have sex with her. So what's the condition then? So watch the condition. Okay, now watch. Rather, that should not be done until she's able for it. What does it mean, able for it? For that reason, the Prophet delayed the consummation of his marriage to Aisha. You see what it means right there? If you understood what this just said?
Yeah.
So even if I marry at 6, I don't have sex with her if she can't handle being deflowered. No. So why did Muhammad wait 3 years before he deflowered Aisha? Does that mean?
Ready.
Say it again?
She wasn't physically ready.
Oh, so if he could have deflowered at 6, he would have deflowered at 6, huh? Read it again. You can marry a young girl, but not have intercourse until she's able for it. Able for what? Patty cake?
No, able for it.
So why did Muhammad not consummate deflower Aisha before 9? Because she couldn't handle it until she was 9.
Wow.
So what if she could handle at 6? He would have then penetrated her.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is not what I don't agree with this. This is wrong.
Okay, well, you're no longer a Muslima.